right away. He's very talkative, exactly, so that will help you. If I shut my eyes, it's just to see some of the scenes, and so when he introduces himself, it's fairly close by. I can see a big scene of just him. He's there's different kinds of Labradors. He would be the more heavier set, not the most athletic individual to look at, and so you'll know that there's swimming dogs and so on. He's kind of the solid individual. Two colours to his skin, so two colours to the tone, the paler colour and the darker colour. Beautiful head, quite broad shoulders. If I look underneath, he's got a little bit of his belly hanging a little lower. That will be by the sheath area, so it's not up high, it's low, and he's particularly showing that, and it just shows his confirmation ultimately. He does show a scene within a house. It's a large house. So if I look at this scene, I've got a kitchen here on the left. So I've got the kitchen and I've got a stove here on the left, and a nice sized kitchen, brighter in colour. Colour tones aren't the colourful ones, so it's not greens, yellows, etc. It's a different, more of a neutral colour tone to it, quite tidy. And I have father and mother there, so I do believe that the parents are also around. If I come around this side, I've also got another room that will be family oriented, as well as there will also be family oriented. I've got big windows back there that will look outside, so a kitchen here, larger room there, and then this would be a congregation area of probably eating. Do you understand that so far? Yeah. Okay, so I've got the bigger table. Also got, this was kind of cute, if you ever saw me smiling, because it's these cute things. So I have your father, quite a tall gentleman, but he's shrunk. So I've got Monty saying he's got smaller. So I don't know if you've said your dad's gotten smaller or not, or if Monty's seen it, but I do have your dad not quite as tall as he once was. Now that could be age related, could be that you've joked with him, I'm not entirely sure, but I have a height difference that he's clearly showing. Also have a professional nature around him, very professional nature, and I think he is a working man. Working man. Now I'm not sure if he's still doing that, but certainly working man, and his vocabulary is good. His vocabulary probably would be far better than mine, and I would have to concentrate on some of the things he says. So I do have him as a great gentleman. Now I also have him enjoying family gatherings, so getting the family together seems important to him. She is a combination. Mother will be a supportive role, as well as very elegant looking, as well as motherly. Do you understand all that so far? Okay, so now if I come from that room and I have the family gathering, not as much as they'd want. I also have three. I wonder if there's three children. He's saying three, and so there's an important piece there. But it looks like what I'm being shown is 1 and 2. So I don't know if that means you and 2. What that means is they could be removed a little more. They could have different lives, and hence we're focusing on 1, and then there's 2. I don't think it means twins. I do think potentially 3. If I come around this way and look at the windows and look at the area there, it looks good out the back there. He hasn't shown outside though. So I do have comfortable, happy, all good. Right shoulder is one that he highlighted. So often we get the place, or it can also be the one that's compensating, but right shoulder is the one that got highlighted. So we'll come back to that in a minute. Happy-go-lucky, cute, loving food. Definitely gets a lot of the family dynamics going and understands what's going on. The other piece, he says, travel. I do have a lot of travel for you, including Europe. He mentioned the word Italy, and I didn't know if that meant Mediterranean or truly Italy, but he was saying Europe, and he did mention Italy. So he does know that you travel a lot. There's a lot of travel involved and coming and going, but you're at the house a lot. So if I had to look at that, I'd think that you were actually living there. Not entirely sure, but it looks like you're there a lot. I would say you're there a lot, be it that you live there, but lots of travel. Professional means he might be, see, professional, I'm not hearing or feeling law on that front, and neither financial. It feels more of a medical job with the father. More that way. So we'll look at that in just a moment. Okay, do you understand most of that so far?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So hang in there a second. Have a voice in this family. He loves that. He also has a voice. How he's seen within the family, mother would be quite motherly. So there will be the food. She'll look at the food and his well-being. I have father busy. I still have him busy, so I'm not quite sure if he's still working or not, but I still have him busy, and there's this air of work around him the whole time. So he would be professional. Soft side. Got a very soft side to him, which is kind of neat too. And then I have you coming and going. If you're there, I have you calm. So this is the piece he's adding in right now. So I would have you calm, reading. So maybe you go quiet, you read, you'll talk. You're not somebody to get totally focused, that it means shutting everything out and not wanting to talk to others. That would be me. I'd shut everything out, and there's a time to talk and there's a time to do this. I don't have you compartmentalizing when you're in a communal area. That's what I mean. So if you're downstairs, you could totally read and talk and chat and it would be fine. You would remove yourself if you needed that space. Do you understand that?
Okay, so he's talking about you.
Not sure which one it is here, Monty, but let's just start with a physical check. It would be the easiest thing, and I scan from top to bottom. And so I said we're starting at the beginning here, just have a quick scan going through. So he's very good with people around him, vets, very good. He could just go in, he'd be happy going in, they can look at the teeth, he'd just show it, it's all fantastic. There's no reservations, there's no blocks, and there's no time where he'd get defensive or otherwise, so he can show his teeth. Also saying his teeth actually look his age, so they're not teeth that would look younger or necessarily older, but he's saying they show his age. 1 being minimum, 10 being max. And if I'm looking at the right shoulder, I'll have a 2, so be that 2 at rest, because currently at rest. So we have a low level there. I don't have a spark, so strong, don't have it sharp, don't have it throbbing. It would be more of a dullness. Alright, so more of a dullness that would affect that shoulder, that you go, alright, there's a weakness there, stroke a dullness. He's saying you're fully aware of it and that he has been treated for it in multiple ways. I do think there's been complementary, so Western and Eastern medicine combined. He's stating that the puppy is less respectful at the age he is now than when Monty was at that age. He's going, what's intriguing about this is he's so not like me when I was a puppy, and he's disrespectful. Do you understand that?
Good for you.
And that's the piece of, that's what I don't like. It's as though, here's my expectations, here's my standard, this is what I offered when I was a puppy, so now I'm seeing him, and not only is he rambunctious and a little obnoxious with it, although he's sort of a light switch on and he's awake and obnoxious, and then he can be asleep and done, but he says it's all about him, and so the puppy's making the world about him, which wasn't who Monty was when he was younger. So he's going, that's the piece that we're crossing on, that's the piece where we don't quite see eye to eye, is the way we are in the world at a younger age. What I can come back to him and say is, well, it appears to me that you're an older soul, and you maybe just be a little patient there, because this guy's obviously a younger soul, and this is kind of cute. Life. So here's me trying to phrase it correctly, and then you go, do I really have to phrase it correctly? He's actually saying that doctor doing the acupuncture hasn't diagnosed and just sort of chose a meridian that he thinks that fits. So he's going, I'm getting this stuff, I think it's virtually the right thing, but we're sort of trying it, and it's not exact science. Does that make sense to you?
Well, the doctor was as perplexed as I am as to which shoulder the pain is in, and what's causing it, and choosing the meridian, choosing the exact line.
That's
so we've been working on the left shoulder, and obviously that's the wrong one.
Yeah, you're showing the needles in the left. Overall, his health is really good. Overall health is really good, and mobility is really kind of good. So he doesn't feel that there's a major issue